Hi, everybody. How are you? It is good to see you. Very good to see you. Hold on just one moment. I need to go over here. So now, hola! How are you, sweetie? I have missed you so much. It is so good to see your face. Two night shifts, Nico? I am so sorry. I hope you're feeling better. That sounds excellent. Well, everyone is probably over on the other stream that I scheduled. So there is a stream that's scheduled to begin right now, and then there's this one because I couldn't figure out how to make the stream start. It's still morning here, Brian. It's actually kind of early. It's 9:30. Little early. No electricity, Chica? Really? How come? Yeah, it's almost noon. Exactly. 6:30 p.m. Did you get a good nap, Nico? Okay, Susan, that's good. I I was running late as it was, and I could not figure out how to get that live to work. It was scheduled in YouTube, and Lord only knows how that's supposed to work. I won't do that again. Schedule live in YouTube. I don't. I don't like it. I would prefer to run over to StreamYard and do this puppy, but that ain't an option. So this is what we've got. This is what we've got. Cricket. You had to step in because your colleague was sick. That's nice of you, Nico. Night shifts are hard, though. Somebody plugged something in wrong and blew the hydro on the whole island. Wowza, chica. That's amazing. Sorry, guys, I got this new camera and I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure I like it. You've been having trouble with StreamYard, thinking about switching to Restream? I like Restream, except on Restream, you can't see who your members are. Look at what we've got, guys. Look at what we've got. Oh, not my face. Not my face. Let's turn the background off so everybody can see your beauty. Yeah. This camera is blue and I don't like it. Stop with my face. Stop with my face. Chica, that's amazing. How long do they say that's gonna take to get fixed? You worked an 8-hour and a 10-hour Thursday evening and Friday. Yeah, hotel receptionist work. It's not just standing in a spot. No, it's not just standing in a spot. It's looking great as always. Thank you. Orion, can you stop with the licking, baby? A ring light with soft, warm light? I will try that. You're never getting monetized, so that's not an issue. Maybe someday, Brian. Don't be so. Don't. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Hopefully, only a couple more days. Good. Oh my goodness. Okay, there. Hi. No, you don't need to lick my face. Hi. Yeah. Can you tell everybody hi? Can you look at that? You're telling everybody hi. It was your favorite shift, Chica? That's interesting. That's a good puppy. There he is. Look, no, you don't need to lick my face. No, 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 no. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah. Rah, 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 rah. Right in my face. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Yeah. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah. No. Okay, down you go. Oh my, guys. Oh my. It is good to see her, isn't it, Cricket? I've been missing her a lot. You may be more of an evening person, but there are limits. That, I find 3 to 5 AM, I just 3 to 5 AM are in a night shift are what kills me. I That 4 AM hour is incredible. Fab Daddy, enjoy your family. Enjoy your family. I'm sorry we can't have you here. Hello, Big Chief. Paolo comes with roses. Thank you. Thank you. Nico and Brian, you guys crack me up. Our first meeting, huh? Our first meeting. So let's start the wake and bake off, you guys. Here we go. Do you like, oh, let's turn the background back on. That's the wrong one. I like that one. So how did everybody's weeks go? I had a pretty successful second week of teaching. I am anxiety ridden because my professor is coming to observe my class on Thursday, and that is nerve-wracking because I have to put together all your sources have disappeared? Brian, I didn't realize you lived in an unlegal state. That's unfortunate, man. I am sorry for that. I am sure I'll do great too. The issue is I have to write. Sorry, my mouth is dry. I have to write. They want a lesson on politics. So they want the discussion and the theme of the lesson to be politics. And I am nervous about having a discussion about politics in a hour and 15-minute class this time of the year. Orion did drink all my fluids. Actually, the medications I take, I did not do a thumbs down, YouTube. How about a thumbs up? See, now you're not going to recognize the thumbs up. Come on, come on. Two thumbs up? Come on. Really? You can't do it? YouTube? You're cracking me up now. Um, the medications I take make me really, really dry. And add any pot at all onto that, and I am I am dry and I need to hydrate and uh be aware missing something. Sorry. Cottonmouth sucks incredibly much. You are completely right, Brian. Ancient Greeks, if you want to teach about politics so people get a basic understanding. Yeah, but I'm not teaching about politics. I'm teaching English conversation. They just want the subject to be politics. And they are immigrants. And so a basic understanding of the US political system and elections and campaigns and such. But they're also level 4 students, not level 1 students. So on the one hand, they can understand a lot more. And on the other hand, I'm not sure how much they already know, which makes it difficult to make a curriculum. Does that make sense? I don't know if it would be any easier if they were level 1, because then how do you explain it all to them? It's very difficult. Um, so it'll be an interesting lesson. Yes, it is a minefield, Nico. It is a minefield. So that is my weekend, is planning for that class that's Monday evening. And this afternoon, I have to how to even make sense of the Electoral College. Yeah, luckily there's a bunch of videos about that. There's a bunch of videos about that. And my bachelor's is in political science, so it's not like I don't have the knowledge to have this conversation. It's more keeping it tight, keeping it focused, keeping it about the system is the issue that I want to do. Teach a basic civics class. Schoolhouse Rock. I'm only a Bill. Exactly. The Schoolhouse Rock actually has one about the Electoral College. I love Schoolhouse Rock. I love Schoolhouse Rock. Hey, Ryan, shut your mouth. You had a Canadian history teacher who'd give political cartoons. We'd have to discuss the meaning. Wow, Chica, I remember stuff like that. Political cartoons from the New Yorker. Yeah, we used to do stuff like that. How do you register to vote? I would do that, except the registration deadline has already passed. So it's something I can talk about. But the registration deadline has already passed. Slippery slopes, exactly. Slippery slopes, exactly. And just because they're immigrants doesn't mean I can make any assumptions about where their loyalty lies. The Electoral College would probably be easier to understand if you had a time machine. Yeah, Cricket, they did it they did it for some interesting reasons. Um, that's how you remember I before E? There you go. So that's what I've gotta do this weekend. I've gotta make after this live, I've gotta make the lesson for my Monday morning class, and that's a very interesting class. What I do there is there's students, college students from all over the world who come to the Zoom meeting, and it's virtual international exchange. So um, it's very, very focused on bringing the students together, getting them to know each other very quickly, having difficult conversations, seeing all sorts of perspectives. Um, and a lot of it is already scripted out. So it's not that difficult to figure out the lesson. Um, it's just laying it out, and I do it with a co-teacher, so it's figuring out who's leading which portions of the lesson plan. Talk about gerrymandering. Don't want to talk about filibustering. I could talk about gerrymandering. I think I think I can show you guys what I've got so far if you're at all interested in seeing it. Um, so first, we're gonna vote about where to go on a holiday. So we're gonna have a vote about where to go on a holiday, and then just talk about rich white dudes in power. Yeah, Brian. Although, you know, we might get something different than a rich white dude this year. That would be interesting if that's the case. And then we're going to talk about a lot of vocabulary. Um, right, Brian. Uh, and then we'll talk about what questions they'd like to ask the candidates for president. We can talk about ways you can participate in an election other than voting. And then we're going to talk about if voting should be required. Is waiting for the inauguration a good idea? All sorts of all sorts of questions like that. That's kind of what it looks like so far. It looks like what I'm focusing on that I've gotten down so far is how you can participate without voting. And I'm not sure that's the right direction to go. I got to think about, I'm going to double. In Cuba, you have to vote. That's another question, Cubana Chica. Uh, One of the questions I've got is, should voting be required? Why or why not? Do you think it's good that vote? I mean, that's an interesting question. I didn't I didn't realize you had to vote in Cuba. That's very interesting. I I kinda like the idea of having to vote. I think it's a requirement. If you do not vote, you cannot complain, as per my father. Indeed. Indeed. I am finding, however, a lot of younger kids who don't have a whole lot of faith in the system. So, it is it is unfortunate, I think. Some people don't have much faith in the system. So, looking over this lesson plan right now as I'm talking to you guys about it, I'm not entirely sure that this is the best lesson plan, but we're going for discussion. Yeah, Big Chief, everybody has to vote. I mean, everybody should be voting, even the folks with the tinfoil hats. That way it's a fair election. I don't know. Couldn't sleep at night if you didn't vote. I'd be haunted by my father and grandfather for sure. Yes, Cricket. I understand. I understand. I actually told a younger kid recently that as a mom, if they didn't start to vote, I would haunt them. I would haunt them. I've seen too many times the term fair only used if the wanted result occurs. I have a concern about that too, Nico. Fair is only fair if I win. What does fair mean? I don't like the rules of the game. If you don't like the rules of the game, then you probably shouldn't be playing. The rules of the game are really clear. I understand the Electoral College may suck, but the rules are very clear. Your family is political, always part of our family culture for as long as I remember. My family has been political as well, Cricket, another thing we have in common. Okay, guys, favorite movie. I think we've done this before. It is difficult to get past all the promises that do not come to fruition. It is. It's very difficult to get past promises that don't come to fruition. And I think people forget that campaign promises are a candidate's vision for the future, but they can't do it by themselves. They can't do it by themselves. They can't make those campaign promises come to light themselves, and that's what's important to remember. Hey, Becky, did I see you come in? I did. There you are. It's nice to see you. Have you did you get shots, Becky? I thought I remember you were going to get your shots. Start with hyperlocal politics. Indeed, Big Chief, that is the place to start. Babette's Feast, Seven Samurai. Nice, Cricket. Promises are usually worth no more than the hot air is they used to produce them, especially if somebody doesn't have the control to make those promises come to life. Indeed. Interstate 60. I'll write that one down. Interstate 60. Cricket, I should have known you'd have Such great favorite movies. You're a cinephile too. Interstate 60. I'm gonna have to find something bigger than index cards to keep writing you guys' recommendations down on. If I want silly humor, Weekend at Bernie's. Need a cry? Beaches. There you go. Hey, Thrasher. How are you doing, man? Fried green tomatoes. Nice, Nico. My favorite movie is Princess Bride. I'm not getting baked yet, Thrasher. Thank you for the reminder. Xenu Marlene, everybody. Ah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Excellent choice. I agree, Brian. That's what I mean. If you don't have the control, don't make the promise. If it's something that you can't, that might not like, don't make a promise that you can't keep. Don't make a promise you can't keep. Your ablation wasn't approved. You need another test done first. Damn it. I hope for the best too, Becky. I hope for the best too. Any other favorite movies, you guys? Yes, Nico. The more honest and truthful, the less you need to remember. I would agree with that too. I would agree with that too. Goonies. Nico, did you know that I live an hour from where Goonies was filmed? An hour. I can drive there. And that big beach and the big rock at the big beach, that's called Haystack Rock. And that's Cannon Beach, and I live an hour from there too. The locations are actually about 25 minutes apart by car. So it's not like a quick bike ride. But yeah, I live less than an hour from the Goonies house and from the Goonies beach. Yep. Yep. It's a lot of fun. The year 2001 is a classic. Cool. You guys, I have started putting together because I'm reading this book by Stephen Hassan on high control groups. I'm starting to put together kind of a script for a discussion about high control groups generally, talking about the commonalities between all different sorts of high control groups, whether they be religious or cultural or political or corporate, um, or just social movement. Uh, Not a movie comment on the locale being close. Okay, Chica. It puts the lotion on its skin. Contact with Jodie Foster. Also Arrival is all the people need to learn to cooperate. Those are good ones, Nico. Those are good ones. Sweet Home Alabama and Titanic. Yes, those are excellent, Susan. Your favorite movie type is documentary? Oh, I love documentaries, Cricket. Journey, how are you, sweetie? Pretty Woman is a fun one. I love I love The Devil Wears Prada. Love, love The Devil Wears Prada. I could watch The Devil Wears Prada. I love The Devil Wears Prada. Stanley Tucci is like my favorite. Greenfield, How People Act in Disasters. Yeah, we've had a lesson in that after the hurricane here, Nico. It's been a little insanity. The movie is based on a book I cannot easily do. The book is oh, yeah, the book is always better. Yes, Chica. 9 to 5 was great, and The Mannequin, yes, I remember that one. That was a great classic. That's a great old classic. I love Auntie Mame in any in any iteration, although I think the Rosalind Russell is my favorite. The Breakfast Club, excellent. St. Elmo's Fire, now we're going way back. Um, I said The Princess Bride. Crazy Stupid Love, I love that one as well. Pretty in Pink. Do you know that when I was a girl, I looked just like Molly Ringwald, Nico? Maybe I've got my picture. Breakfast at Tiffany's. You know, Chica, I have never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. I have never seen that movie. It is on my list. 16 Candles. We sure like those John Hughes films, y'all. 16 Candles is a lot of fun. Those are great ones. Unhinged? No, I did not, Susan. I'm sure you did, Cricket. I can imagine that. American Graffiti, that one is good. Old black and white movies. Yeah, I love Casablanca. I love oh, what is the one with Katharine Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart? Hepburn and Bogart in the African jungle. Is that The African Queen? Is that what it is? White Christmas is excellent. American Graffiti is a great movie. I don't think I've seen that one either. I've heard it's excellent. African Queen? Yeah. White Christmas? There you go. African Queen is good. The Maltese Falcon, all of those. But Auntie Mame, Rosalind Russell, Auntie Mame, I love. Lucille Ball, Auntie Mame is not nearly as good. Voyager with Betty Davis is terrific. Oh, wow. Wraith from the early 80s. Guys, now I'm going to have to start writing down all these movies again. I should not ask these questions if I don't want these problems. I should not I should not ask these questions if I don't want these problems. That is the truth. Oh my goodness. There's so much in here. Whatever happened to Baby Chain? Oh, guys. Harlem Nights. Whatever happened to Baby Jane? You know what? I'll come back and read. I'll come back and read the chat. You guys, Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. There you go. There you go. Wizard of Oz wasn't a real hit until they put it on television. Yeah, that could be Cricket. I remember how big a deal it was when remember when we were kids and the Wizard of Oz was on TV for a night. It was once a year, y'all. Once a year we'd get these amazing movies. We'd get like Wizard of Oz once a year, and we'd get uh I mean all these once a year movies you'd get, and they'd show them once a year, and Wizard of Oz was one of them. I don't remember what time of year they'd show it, but it was a sit down, everybody watch kind of thing to watch The Wizard of Oz. Psycho, when you were babysitting, never been so frightened. Chica, I watched The Shining late at night on a sleepover in an old farmhouse in the country in the middle of winter. Not a good idea. That was the bad idea. First time I watched The Shining. The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. There you go, Susan. Your family watched it every year? Psycho or something else? The Wizard of Oz. Your family watched it every year. Yeah. Used to have Ivanhoe each Christmas and New Year. Interesting, Nico. Interesting. Yeah, The Sound of Music. Ready Player One? Yes, I have heard it's really good. Yeah, The Wizard of Oz. I figured it out, Chica. Hey, Robert, how are you doing? It is good to see you. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. That's a fun one, too. I love Oklahoma. I am a sucker for old musicals, you guys. I am a sucker for musicals. I like Chicago. I love Oklahoma. Yeah, they did make it a movie, Chica. It was pretty good. The night Wizard of Oz was on TV was like a holiday created by American children. Exactly. Exactly. It was the biggest deal. I remember it was, and we had other nights throughout the year like that, though, didn't we? We had other nights throughout the year like that that were so focused around the TV because there was something that was only on once a year. And of course, this was back in the day. Um, this was back in the day when you didn't have VCRs. You could, if you were going to watch some shit, you were going to watch what was on TV, and that meant you were going to watch it when it was freaking on. Your ass was in the chair for the whole hour. And commercials, I mean, yeah, they made those things louder because you'd go into the other room to get your treats. There was no fast forwarding through the stupid commercials. That wasn't a thing either. You couldn't watch what you wanted. Weirdest thing. That's about the time they quit putting The Wizard of Oz on TV once a year. Huge bowl of buttered popcorn, grape Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. Holiday Inn. No, there was no rewind. There was no pause. Right. Commercials were to run and get more snacks and hope that you could get back in time. Because if you didn't, you were shit out of luck. That was just the way it was. So, guys, back to this lesson. I need to know what you think. So, I've got it pretty basic. Oh, cricket. Yeah. My parents, I wasn't allowed to watch parts of Roots. You drank appetizers and grapetizer in South Africa, not sold here in Sweden. That's too bad, Nico. Nope, you missed it, and someone would lose if someone began talking or made a loud noise that you couldn't hear. Exactly, exactly. And closed captioning, that wasn't a thing, unless you were deaf and you had a special machine, and even then. So TV was an experience. Your ass was there. And that's why Schoolhouse Rock worked so well, right, guys? They had those commercials in the middle between the cartoons, and it kept us in our chairs. We loved them. We loved them. And you wouldn't run away for the commercials because maybe a Schoolhouse Rock would come on. You only had one TV, so you had to share. You had to agree on what you were going to watch. Exactly. I think we only had one TV. My parents didn't even have one in their bedroom. Cannonball Run, hilarious. That's a hilarious movie, DJ Nico. You're in awe that the TV remote has a chargeable battery. Wow, that's cool, Journey. That's actually kind of cool that it has a chargeable battery. You remember going to your uncle's to watch The Wizard of Oz because he had a color TV, but you had to put a quarter in every 15 minutes. Wow, Chica. Yeah, guys, I remember how amazing it was to have that black and white scene turn to color. Um, and my grandma loved that movie. That movie and Sound of Music. Nowadays, kids at age 10 have a phone, iPad, PC, BFG. Yeah, yeah. By age 10, I don't know. My daughter didn't have a phone at 10, but they do seem to get younger. Your husband said the battery was dead and then proceeded to plug it in. The King and I. Yes, Journey. Excellent. Some of them I just like to watch for the costuming. The costumes are so beautiful. So beautiful. Sometimes I just like to watch for the costuming. I am I am a diva like that. It can be a little the Count of Monte Cristo, Thornbirds. Wow, yeah, we'd also have these mini series. We definitely played outside more as children. Your parents allowed 1 hour of TV a day. Yeah, I didn't get much more than that, Chica. But playing outside was allowed too. It was encouraged. You'd play with other children in the neighborhood. Parents don't seem to encourage that the same way now. It's very, very unfortunate. We lived in a neighborhood when my daughter was from the time she was about 4 until the time she was 13, and I never saw really the kids gather as a community and just play all day. It didn't happen. It was really, I don't know what it is, and I think it's partially the parents don't let the kids just go. They don't kick Kids aren't kicked outside, they're kept inside because people are afraid of all the terrible things. The first time you would have seen Oz, you didn't have a color TV yet, so it would have been all black and white. There you go. Exactly. Exactly. Against all odds. Yeah. Everything is a play date now. Absolutely everything is a play date now. It's very strange. It's very strange. There wasn't a lot on TV other than soaps, especially during the day. There was only soap operas. Remember that? And the soap operas can't even stay in business. How many of them are still on TV? Not many. I think The Days of Our Lives is still on TV. Um, but not many. Not many soaps are still on TV. That's for damn sure. Um, Now we have reality television that's taken over for soaps. I don't remember the last time I watched broadcast TV, Brian. Still laugh when you remember a first color TV. Your mom, look at how green the grass is. And now, compared to the TVs now, I mean, they look real, right? It looks like a window. It's amazing how far things have come. It reminds me, I'm always reminded of that old, um, now the author is escaping me, but it's an old science, Ray Bradbury, an old Bradbury story about children who essentially have a window in their bedroom that's kind of a holodeck. And they end up using the holodeck to kill their parents. It's really dark. Um, The Blue Lagoon, Castaway, Big. I loved Big. I love Big. The Blue Lagoon, my parents wouldn't let me watch. I wasn't allowed to watch any of those Brooke Shields movies when I was a kid. My parents weren't having any of that. They were all over that shit. They didn't like that. They had a problem with that shit. Those TVs weighed so much. They were so heavy and big. Yeah, yeah. Hey, brain fog. How are you? We were just talking about favorite movies. You are not, I mean, depends on your definition of late, brain fog. It depends on your definition of late. Reality. Nothing real about reality television. Exactly, Nico. Exactly. Exactly. I'm missing comments, guys. We were talking about 16 things. Your last thick screen TV was a 32-inch. Right. We had a 32-inch and it was about that big, and you needed two people to move it because it was so heavy. And it wasn't just that it was so heavy, it was so fucking bulky and difficult to handle and tippy and like counterbalanced when you picked it up. It was a bitch and a freaking half. Yeah, they were so expensive. Those TVs were something else. Favorite cartoon? Oh, probably the Super Friends. I loved the Super Friends. I also liked um the Kraft Brothers, but those weren't cartoons. Console TVs, exactly. When you got our color TV, it was a big deal. Yeah, getting the color TV was a big deal. Yeah. Not just wide, also to place. And of course, you had a stereo TV, a bit wider. Exactly. Flintstones and the Jetsons. Nice. The Pink Panther. Very good. Flintstones and the Jetsons. Mm, that's funny, Chica. The contrast there. The Stone Age and the Jet Age, right? Let me get a grip. Jackie Toddy movies are also awesome. Interesting, Nico. Scooby Doo, or as your son said, Purdue. Yeah. Showing your advanced age. That's okay. I'm showing it too, Chica. Jacques Tati. Advanced but not old. Exactly. Mature. Actually, I don't like mature. I've been playing more with the AI image generators, and you say mature woman and she's like 90. Don't say mature. That's they've got a the AI has a different definition of mature than I might, right? Hi, Fraud. How are you? Rocky and Bullwinkle for the Cold War propaganda? Yes. I don't know, Nico. Maybe. Try pass sell by date instead. Nebulous. How are you? How are you, Nebulous? Pico de Gallo. For real, Kristen? Are you picking up some Pico de Gallo? I like Pico de Gallo. It's good to see you. You had a date to a Jacques Tati movie when you were a young person. Now I want to know what a Jacques Tati movie is. I'm going to have to write it down. Let's look it up. What's a Jacques Tati movie? French mime, filmmaker, actor, and screenwriter. Interesting. 40 of the greatest movie directors, he was voted the 46th greatest of all time out of 50, although he directed only 6 feature-length films. Tati, from L'École de Facteur to Playtime, is the epitome of what an auteur is in film theory supposed to be, the controlling mind behind a vision of the world on film. Interesting. Tati's themes include Western society's obsession with material goods, particularly American style consumerism, the pressure cooker environment of modern society, the superficiality of relationships among France's various social classes, and the cold and often impractical nature of space age technology and design. I will have to watch some Jacques Tati. He sounds appropriate for today. I hang out with you auteurs, and I just learn more and more and more. The Holy Grail, Chica, hilarious, fucking hilarious. Okay, let's see. The Animaniacs. I think my favorite cartoon is Schoolhouse Rock. I would have to say my favorite cartoon is Schoolhouse Rock. The trick is to make it the day before you eat it. Indeed, I agree, Kristen. It needs to marinate in its own juices. Not favorite cartoon, but favorite cartoon character, Pepe Le Pew. I love Pepe Le Pew. You went for a treat with Jacques Tati, much body language. Ooh, I love that, Nico. Can you recommend one in particular? That particular movie you saw was in black and white, but had segments that were hand tinted, so certain things were in color. It was very unusual. I'm not on SP. Space, Dusty. That's interesting. Nope, I'm not. I've been removed from SPTV. Y'all. Reminded you of Charlie Chaplin? Well, he's a mime, so it says on the Wikipedia page that he's a mime, so I would think that it would make sense that he would remind you of Charlie Chaplin. I have been removed from SPTV.space. That's fine. It's fine, Chica. I'm not upset. I'm just surprised. I've been considering um I've been considering taking myself off anyhow. So it's just as fine that I've been taken off. That is not, it's not a big deal. They can do what they want to do. I wasn't getting much viewing from there anyhow. And they don't like me. So whatever they change, if I'm on there or not, too terribly, I'm not too terribly broken up, guys. I'm not really. Lori, how are you? I'm not really an SPTV. I mean, I'm not really an SPTV channel anymore. So if they want to kick me off, I I can see their point. I can see their point. Milo's holiday. Okay, Cricket. Monsieur Monsieur Hulot's holiday. Got it. Your uncle traffic. Monsieur Hulot's holiday. Yep, that's the one to watch. Mon uncle and traffic. It's okay, Cricket. It's okay. I didn't remove myself. But I'm somehow not surprised that that's been done. It's on the one hand, it's disappointing to have it done so unceremoniously, and on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck I don't know what the fuck else I expect. So it is what it is. I do wish all of it would stop as well, brain fog. That's part of the reason I've not ever really done anything about it one way or another. So it's unfortunate. Um, the people who run that site have issues with me. There's some things that happened a long time ago last summer um, that they didn't agree with the things I did and the things I said. And so it was unfortunate and disappointing and sad. Uh, and I continue to try to be vehemently neutral as well. Club Brain Fog is excellent, Nebulous. Club Brain Fog is the best. Club Brain Fog has been out, I think, more regularly than any other protester out there. I don't You guys tell me, is there another protester who has been out there every single day without fail at the org, in front of the org, calmly protesting? The San Francisco org is the only one. Thank you, Chica. Thank you, Fraud. People get to have their opinions. Obviously, I'm not into causing drama because you guys didn't even know. So it's unfortunate. It's not something I've wanted to talk about. Um, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And the reality is, whatever, whatever. If they want to say I'm not an SPTV channel, I think Brain Fog is the only one. I think Brain Fog is the other one. You're gone too? Interesting. You can't get brain fog in Cuba? Really, Chica? Thank you, Dusty. I got your text. Brain frog, brain frog, brain fog. I'm going to do it again. Brain frog. Brain fog rocks her own stuff. Dusty is the best. I think Fog has more time on the street than anyone, too. I agree. I agree. And yeah, I got it. I got it. That doesn't surprise me. But everybody has their Brian. I'm not on the sptv.space website anymore. That's all. Confident Chris is on all the time too. Okay. So Confident Chris is the only one. Brain Fog is also great in her chat and has a fab haircut. Yes, she's much more stylish than I am, y'all. Much more stylish. Yes, Becky's statements are her own and not endorsed by the channel. You've not qualified for that page? Yeah. Hi, Fluffer. Okay, Fluffer. I left you a moderator. You're hilarious, Fluffer. Tell us more. I didn't even name you, Fluffer. I didn't lie about anybody. That I said some things and did some things that people didn't like. I don't know what about that is untrue, Fluffer. I said and did some things that people didn't like and didn't agree with. If you want me to get detailed, right here and now, we can do that. I agree, Becky. I'm being condescending as fuck on purpose, Fluffer. You have proof? Go ahead. We can do it. Go for it. I'm not name calling. I never called anybody a liar. Bye, Lori. I'm sorry to miss you, honey. I don't like drama coming into the channel. Three-faced liar here? There, here you go, Kristen. A glass of rum and a cigarette. Zeno Marlene, y'all. I'm sorry for the interlude. If you ever wanted any evidence if people are watching my stream's being watched. We are all someone's daughter, someone's son. Everyone is someone, and that's why somebody should always help everybody. Yes, I would like a Xanax as well. Thank you, Chica. I mean, I'm happy to make it all public. I'm happy to make it all public, but it's inappropriate. I haven't made it public because why would I do that? Why would I go after somebody like that? Why would I don't even feel a need to defend myself against something like this. So, and that it's lasted 6 months and that people are still hate watching my channel? Uh, what the actual fuck? If I'm so awful and evil, why are you still watching my channel? Exactly, Susan. Thank you, Susan. You guys think I was too condescending, please let me know. But I don't have time for this shit, especially not in my chat. I'm not that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I was any more condescending than anybody else who comes in my chat. Exactly, Chica. This is a place for us to support one another. So is this is not what we are here for. Exactly, Cricket. Exactly. Kristen, I have managed to do it. Yes. Oh, thank you, Nebulous. My house, my rules. Hmm. Well, I mean, people left. People left because they don't want the drama. But I didn't bring the drama. I didn't bring the drama. So I'm sorry, you guys. I am sorry for the little bit of drama. in the channel. Maybe I'll go cut that part out. Thanks, Susan. It hurts more when it's people you thought were friends, right? It hurts more when it's people you thought were friends. Sorry, Kristen. I can give you my mom side eye. My children say it's terrifying. I don't know that that was a good one because I can't do a good side eye right now. We ran right through the first Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Okay, so let's get this party started. I need to change my tone. Mm. Okay, what the actual fuck, y'all? I need to fix myself. Yeah. So tomorrow morning, I'm facilitating my virtual international exchange group. And so the first thing we need to do to get them to really think about um, is to get them to really think about identity. Yes, Becky. Think of monkeys on the station wagon. Yeah, that's a way to handle it, Kristen. That's one way to handle it. Oh, Chica, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. Guys, I really feel bad about bringing the drama here. I will quit talking about it, but I am sorry the drama came here. That wasn't my expectation at all. I can't quite believe that I'm being just a second. Okay, guys. You only allow comrades in your life now who are too busy doing the work to F around too much. Just a second, getting texts. And unlike, I'll text people back. Um, Christmas holiday, every Christmas vacation. So tomorrow morning, what I have to do is an exercise in identity. So maybe we'll take a moment and do this exercise in identity ourselves, y'all. So I want you guys to think for a minute and then write down, think for a minute. Now I'm going to see, this is why we practice. I want you to write down in the chat identity. Yep, identity. It's an exercise in identity. So write down in the chat 7 aspects of your identity, or actually write down, you don't even have to write it on the chat. Write it on a piece of paper. You don't even need to put it in the chat. Write down 7 aspects of your identity that make you who you are. Seven aspects of your identity. So, for example, I'd write down mom, wife, I might write down YouTuber, I might write down friend, daughter, American. I don't know, depending on what I'm thinking about. Write down 7 aspects of your identity that are important to you, and then tell me when you get those. You guys have to participate. That's the rule. Damn drama lost me 7 of you. 7 people. Although at least one of them was causing the drama, so there's that. You didn't hurl any accusations, just that you weren't surprised to be removed, and then there was name calling. Now I'll shut up. Okay, Cricket. Thank you. Mother, sister, loving, stubborn, introvert, daughter, expat. Dad, poet, creator, DJ, friend, explorer, gamer. Those are great, you guys. You don't have to share them. So after you've got your 7, now you need to get rid of 2. The 2 least important ones, scratch them off. Scratch them off. Scratch 2 off. And tell me when you've done that. Explorer, creator is off. So we're left with dad, poet, DJ, friend, gamer. Okay, brain fog. Okay, you got 5? Now that you got 5, take off 2 more. We're going for your top 3. Take off 2 more. Yep, take off 2 more. Dad, poet, friend. Tell me your top 3, y'all. Tell me your top 3 and tell me what you deleted. Yep, you got to take 2 more off. Sorry, it's the rule. I know it's a hard activity, isn't it? Sister communist granddaughter. Nice, Kristen. Very nice. Those are important. Dad, poet, friend. I love those, Nico. Mother, sister, daughter. Yeah, I get that, chica. Mother, wife, daughter, sister, aunt, patient, advocate, YouTuber, friend. Yes, Becky, but you got to get rid of those four. You deleted comrade, leader, family, death doula, and mean. Kristen, are you a mean girl at heart? I bet you are. With this sweet this sweet interior that nobody gets to see. Otherwise, you wouldn't be a death doula. Mom, wife, grandma. Yeah, look at that. Took off daughter, sister, friend, Christian. Hmm. So, gamer, creator, DJ, explorer. It is hard. It's a hard exercise. It's a hard exercise, but the meat is the discussion. Why are some aspects of your identity why are some aspects of your identity more important to you? And more importantly, if we were in a different setting, would you have described your identity differently? Or would it have brought up other aspects of your identity that would have been more important right then, right? And tell me, how did it feel to give up parts of yourself? That part's hard, isn't it? Always the same? Okay, Kristen. You'll leave mother, wife, daughter, sister. You only get three, Becky. You only get three. Beast is excellent. Yes, I like Beast. One of my favorite books in the world is Wrinkle in Time. And in that book, there is a monster that the main character calls Aunt Beast. And it's excellent. Punk feminist liberal. There you go, Cricket. Portuguese son, uncle, brother. Nice. Dad, your girls are the world for me. Poet, my way to express myself, and a sneaky way to still be creative. Friend, because I value my real friends, and to have friends, you have to be a true friend. Exactly. Being a sister still allows you to be an aunt. That's a way to sneak things in, Becky. That's a way to sneak things in. It would be the same. These make up me. I can't be the mom, wife, and grandma without the other. Right, right. It's the core, right? So you get to the core. Um, did you see any similarities in what you guys were giving up with what other people were giving up? Was there any similarities there? You didn't realize that's where you got it from? A Wrinkle in Time was your favorite book? Well, that's something we have in common, brain fog. I hope you also believe that they have not adapted it appropriately ever, even once. Have not managed. They've managed to adapt The Lord of the fucking Rings, but with A Wrinkle in Time, they have problems. Makes no literal sense. Makes no literal sense. What? What's literature? And 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 The Lord of the Rings isn't? Why? Okay. Sorry. Hubby was intruding on my question about why is it they can adapt The Lord of the Rings, but they cannot adapt A Wrinkle in Time. He had opinions. I don't know what they were. I will understand more later. Daughter allows you to be a sister. There you go, Becky. It was interesting that most people's core is relationships, right, Chica? Right? Just look at Wheel of Time. That is an epic book series. Now, the TV series, yeah, I know, Nico. Hubby identifies as literary critique. No, hubby identifies as as challenging every question. We are social soars in our core. Exactly. Yeah, the books, I couldn't keep reading them. We never got anywhere, and that was what was hard. So, is it more is was it more important that your identities highlight your individuality or your group affiliation? I think some of you had both. Sometimes, Kristen. Only sometimes. He likes to poke holes. He's actually quite excellent at it. Group affiliation, yes, Kristen. You gave up your family for politics, apparently. You think it's more that the three I kept were of your own making. Interesting, Cricket. Interesting. Your individuality is then always my core, and then it is a matter of if and how I fit in. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You won't remove your personality just to deserve a spot. Yeah, that is something that is a constant struggle, isn't it? Wife and Beast. Beast covers the loyalty to life and you. There you go. What we didn't see in this group that I often see in international groups, which is why I will challenge you on your statements that your aspects of identity wouldn't have been different if you were in a different group. If you were in an international, well, we are in an international group, often in an international group. Let me clarify. Often in an international group, the international differences will be more apparent. So people will be more likely to name their nationality as part of their identity. You are very international, Nico. I caught up. I mean, I caught up. What am I talking about? What I am saying is that often when there's an international crowd, the the nationalities, your nationality will become much more a part of your one's identity. And so they'll get on the list, American or Cuban or any of those things. Part of the colonizer nation, not proud of that. Exactly, Krista. As a Canadian living in Cuba, you no longer see yourself as just Canadian. Exactly, Chica. That's part of what happens, right? Your chosen family are your two best friends who help shape your political identity. So those are intertwined. There you go. You deem yourself a citizen of the planet when watching from space. There are no border lines, nor any nation labels on display. I know you are, Kristen. I know you are. And I will say that I am proud to be an American and I reject the colonialist history. I think that that has been wrong and that there has always been a portion of the populace who thinks it's wrong and that it's important for those people to stand up against it. So, but I'm also proud of American history that does good things. So I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That is me trying to stay neutral. You're just a planet dwelling life form. Do you think we're seeing more or less of certain identity types in this group? I mean, we got a lot of relationship, not much religion, little bit of religion, little bit of political identity. You'll send links? Okay, Kristen, always links. Did I say second Minnesota goodbye? We ran right through, guys. We ran right through it. Usually you say I'm a returnee as the UFO kidnapped me and they realized it was a mistake and returned me even without asking for a refund. Should I feel insulted? Nico, that's hilarious. We all need an intergalactic overlord in our lives. Just ask Natalie. Right? Right? So that is my lesson plan for tomorrow, y'all. Rad libertarian. I'm not sure. I agree with feminism. I don't know that I mean, I'm no, don't I'm I am sure that I agree with feminism. I'm not sure that I understand enough between different types of feminism to narrow it down more than that. Brain fog. Do 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 do. Uh, uh, uh. Something like that, if I recall correctly. Yes, Nico, that is part of the reason. That's part of the reason we do the exercise is because there's often so many similarities. Yes, theory without practice is dead. Mhm. You guys are hilarious. So what we notice, thank you, Paolo, is the similarities on the 3 things that you guys kept chose to keep, right? And that gets to the root of we call all of these things our identity. But if we take it down to the core, like Nico said, once we take it down to the core, we do. We all name the same things as part of our identity, and they're all very similar. We all bleed red underneath. Peanut and Jeff Dunham show. Family member is your main thing as well as global humanity family. Yes. Yes, Christian. You don't look good in green? I don't look good in green either. Certain kinds of green. I can wear army green. I can wear olive green. Green is a hard I no, I can wear emerald green. There's some greens I can look at. Green hearts. There we go. There we go. So there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, Chica, green eye. I love green eyes, Chica. Beautiful. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. The green-eyed monster is not an empty term. It is cheating. Green eyes is cheating. We're individuals from a potential millions of others made it first into that egg that mummy got a million from her mummy's mom. That makes us all winners before we're even born. Yes, nebulous. So your mother is not your mother, but your grandmother, right? Because your mom got her eggs from your grandmother, right? So those aren't really your mom's eggs or your grandmother's. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Sunrise Dawn, you missed all the drama. He swam that race and decided to quit as champion. Nico, you're hilarious. I love that. Who is your real mom? Your grandma. There's something biologically that they talk about, that the fact that your eggs, women come with all their eggs, right? All your eggs are formed as an embryo. So they're really sort of your moms. Yeah, maternal grandma, maternal grandmother. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's my lesson plan for tomorrow morning. Now, the lesson plan for tomorrow evening is a little, yes, Nico, it's like prepackaged delivery, sort of. Like men have a sperm factory. Women don't have an egg factory. They have eggs. Like when they're infants, they have eggs. When they're embryos, they have eggs. Like you come with the eggs. You don't create the eggs, so to speak. So that's why we go through menopause. We don't have any more eggs. I don't know about eggplants, but I sure like that color. I sure like that color. You scrambled them? That's a way to handle it, Kristen. That's one way to handle it. Uh, exactly, brain fog. Exactly. No, Nico. That would be messy. That would be messy. Although I think they probably tried to say that back in the day, right? Well, I'm not a biologist, so don't go around quoting me. Let me look it up. So, a woman's eggs form in her ovaries when she is a fetus in her mother's womb, which means that a person spends about 5 months of their life in their grandmother's womb. So that's what AI has to say about eggs, how your grandmother is actually your mother because eggs form in the womb, if that makes sense. Did you hear, guys, about that streamer? I think he's a kick streamer who crashed his McLaren, destroyed it. Kid's like 20 years old, was streaming from his car driving down the road, was looking at his phone, had his phone in his hand, and was looking at it when as he was driving his McLaren in the rain, he hydroplaned and totaled it. It was it was unbelievable. And he walked away. And he's been banned from the platform. Nico, you're hilarious. Crossbreed GPS and PMS, an angry woman who will find you anywhere. That is hilarious. Hilarious. So, for my class tomorrow night on politics, we're going to start with a vote on where to go for a holiday, to the mountains or to the seaside. Well, yeah, Nebulous, that you've got a point. Like, what the fuck was he doing hydroplaning? It's you put good tires on, and that's less likely to happen. Is a really good point. Expensive car with cheap tires. He apparently said he was like going 45 miles an hour. I hope kids don't wind up like that too. It was unbelievable. The fact that he's alive. And then he wasn't worried about his friend, he was worried about his car. Very uncool. Your cousin was killed by someone texting and driving. I'm sorry, Sunrise. I'm sorry. That makes it even more traumatic, I'm sure. People shouldn't be doing shit like that. The mountains? Well, we're going to have a vote. Not only are we going to have a vote, we have promotional materials for each. So first we're going to vote without the promotional materials. And then we're going to have the promotional materials and we're going to vote again. See if anybody changed their mind. And then we're going to talk about what is an election and how elections work in your native country and who is elected besides the president. Mountains with view of the ocean. Chica, you're trying to split that's what you get in some parts of Seattle. Well, you get oceans with the view of the mountains. How about oceans with the view of the mountains? Kristen, that's bad. Babylon 5. I would like that one. Farpoint Station. There you go. There you go. Can we do ocean with a view of the mountains? I'd like that. And then I've got a bunch of vocabulary words. Um, Not sure I like this so far. I've got what questions would you like to ask each candidate for president? And then I've got, how can you participate in the election other than by voting? Technically, any island is a mountain, so a beach is a mic drop, Nico. Absolute mic drop goes to Nico. And y'all, we hit the third Minnesota goodbye, and I breezed right past it. Here we are, third Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Who haven't we seen? It's so nice to have Brain Fog with us, because usually we haven't seen Brain Fog. Brain Fog. Um, we've seen Fluffer. That was surprising. It's too bad it wasn't after the third Minnesota goodbye. Nico did end that debate, right? Natural sciences major. Exactly, Nico. I understand I do that sometime with political science. Like, this is just the way it is. Nothing brain fog, nothing. I was just saying how nice it was to have you here and talking about who we were going to get for the third Minnesota goodbye that we hadn't seen. Nah, Miss Sunrise Dawn, we like you. Ah, definitely, Nico. Definitely. I was a little shocked and surprised. A little shocked and surprised. I didn't realize that someone still watched my streams. It gives you the warm and fuzzies, doesn't it? You're pro lying. I think that lying is often jumped to as a conclusion. Who's going to get the prize? Exactly. You have to go get dressed. Dogs and goths in your future. Okay, brain fog. We're going to lose you at the third Minnesota goodbye. Yes, she's sitting here in her all together. Hasta pronta or hasta luego. Yes. Yes, say hi to Papa Cat. Are you gonna be on post? You're still here, Dusty? Okay. Are you gonna be on post this afternoon? Exactly, Kristen. Your oldest cat is driving you insane. I don't know if he's hungry, looking for the cat that died a few days ago, or both. Oh, Sunrise, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about Sasha, and I'm sorry your oldest cat is going through it because of the one that's missing. You're still here, Dusty, so you don't count as the third Minnesota goodbye. Sometimes we don't get anybody lately, y'all. It's a thing. They were raised together and were best buddies. That's hard, Sunrise. That's hard. He's probably grieving. It'll take a little while. That's what we learned today, Susan. You never know who's lurking. Abso-positively. You never know who's lurking. We learned that sure as shooting. You have to share the goodbyes? Okay, Dusty. You think he is in his own honoring way? I tell the truth, and many times your family doesn't believe you. Then we laugh and laugh because it really doesn't matter either way, right? Oh, brain fog, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's been really hard. It's one of the cats they've had the longest. It's very sad. Swedish 90 artist named Dr. Alban. Look who's talking. Dr. Alban. Look. I've got to sharpen my pencil. Hold on. And you ask, why for do you have a pencil? Because they need sharpened. And I say, because it is a Blackwing pencil. And yes, it needs sharpened. That is part of the joy of the pencil. Look, isn't it beautiful? It's so nice and it feels so nice. Look who's talking. Excellent. Oh, Chica, you're making nice coffee. My husband found a Kickstarter. It is a very cool Kickstarter. Are you making coffee with your Kickstarter this morning? I got to finish with the eighth Minnesota goodbye if I want any. Usually we don't go past the fourth. Oh, we're supposed to. That's in about 8 minutes. Okay. So he bought this coffee filter from a Kickstarter and it's ceramic. It's a ceramic coffee filter and it came finally yesterday and it is so cool. It is so cool. Chica, you don't have any power. Oh, you have gas though. You have gas. Like you don't have any power. How is your stove working? I bet you have gas. Cafetada? Cafetada. Cafetada. Gas stove. Yep. I got it. I got it. We have gas heat and electric stove. That is what we have. Chica, Chica's hot enough to make it warm. Cafetera. Cafetera coffee pot. Cafetera. What's a cafe? Is it a special kind of coffee pot? Now, cafetera. Oh, one of these? One of these, Chica, like this? That kind? That's the best kind. Solac planted, brain bean to cup. Nice. Yes. Black screen? Well, what the hell is that? Let's try again. Nope. Wrong button. Mr. Coffee 4 cups. This, can you see it now, guys? Can you see it now? Absolutely, Sunrise Dawn. Later this afternoon, I've got a meeting after this one. So in about 3 hours. Okay. Is that the kind you mean, Chica? No, it's not a French press. Oh, let me go to where I can show it. It works through a vacuum system, Kristen. So you pour the coffee over like that, and then you put it over the flame, and you let it cool, and it makes coffee. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it is a magic machine, and it makes really, really good coffee. That was the type that went to Everest. Yes. Okay, Chica. We have one like that too. Yeah, it's for making coffee, Nebulous. Nico with coming in with the dad jokes at the last minute. Bring up a French press. How to clean up? It's easy to clean up. They're easy to clean up. Okay, we'll watch the little video. We'll watch the video. They have a little video on Amazon. So there's the video. French press. Do you guys want to see a French press? Seriously, again? Is it showing now? Sorry, guys. Can you see it now? Okay. Try again.
It's okay reviews another Amazon review, and right now I want to review this espresso maker. So I'll tell you some of my favorite.
So that's how it works. No, you put it on the stove, Kristen. You put it on the stove. You put it on the burner. And it heats up the water underneath, which pulls it through the filter into the top pot. And it can't go out of the top pot. Now show a French press. Okay. Okay, French press. Are you guys seeing it? Yes. They make nice coffee. French press is a big fat mess to clean up. Yes, indeed. With the silver little coffee pot, the mocha pot, there's a little ring thing that's about this deep. That's cute, y'all. About, it's like a cylinder cup, open cup with a with holes drilled in the bottom, Kristen. You can put well, I think that depends on where you are. Makes good compost, indeed. Again with the thumbs down, YouTube. Apple, why do I not? You give me a thumbs down when I don't even do a thumbs down, but I can't get a thumbs up. I don't get it. That's the second time. The second time. It can clog your pipes, indeed. It depends. It's like, I mean, I suppose if I had a choice of putting coffee grounds down my pipes or bacon fat down my pipes, I would think coffee grounds would be the wiser of those two choices, but neither of them are particularly bright. I think those are city dwellers with big pipes to the sewer. That's what I think. Well, guys, we got nobody for the fourth Minnesota goodbye today. That is certainly okay. Yeah, I don't know, fraud. Apparently, some YouTuber. We saw it on the internet, so we should do it. You must pipe down. Exactly. You're bringing more of the dad jokes, Nico. Now you have to go to your favorite coffee place and get your 6-month supply. Now I'm going to go try some of this fancy ceramic coffee my husband made. See how it is. See how it is. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sitting with me through the little bit of drama that we had. Hopefully that will all come to naught. It was not something I wanted to stir up. Much hugs to all of y'all. And I will see y'all later. Thanks for coming. Jasper wins? Okay. Jasper wins. Now you really need to get dressed. Exactly, brain fog. Have a great day, y'all. Talk to you later.